Jesteśmy w domu pani Marii Ancipiuk.
Maria Ancipiuk, the head of the city council in Michałów, invited us to her home to talk about the situation at the border. We're here to talk about the developments at the border because you are deeply committed in helping the migrants who crossed the border and who reached the Polish side. Please tell me how you're helping them. Let me first say that the situation is tense, it is dangerous, and we are also supporting people who are patrolling the border guards and soldiers. We feel that protecting the border is crucial. We also decided to create a support center for those in need and help those who crossed the border to Poland. We are a small town and we do not want the residents of Michałów to be seen as those who let people die and freeze to death. What kind of support do you offer? It was supposed to be just a tiny support center so that people were able to have a hot tea. We've had an electric kettle, tea, coffee, a microwave oven, refrigerator, and a few drawers filled with food supplies. But this center has grown so much we needed to buy a container to be able to store the food that is being sent from all over Poland. Poles have big hearts. They are calling us several times a day asking how they can deliver their donations. They are sending food, clothes. Our support center became kind of a magazine. We are distributing these donated goods around the area. We are delivering the food and clothes to the hospital in Hajnówka, for instance. We are delivering these items to the border guards. They offer clothes to those who need it. It is really cold and it's raining a lot. These people are cold and wet, so they need new dry clothes. We also provide them with food, milk, diapers. There are tiny children at the border. We asked for items for children who are several months old. We also have children of migrants being born here in Poland. There are 2 children several weeks old that I know of. The Michałów City Council also launched a support campaign for the soldiers and border guards. Yes, we have 2 units of soldiers here. One is located in Michałów and the other one is stationed at the beach in Siemianówka. That's about 300-350 soldiers. It's a camp where they have their rest in between their turns on patrol. We approached them with a slogan, "Those who protect our borders don't pay for a thing." It was spontaneous and we allowed them to use our facilities for free. They can use the city pool and the gym for free. The cultural center hosts meetings and film screenings for them so they can relax. I know they are wonderful people with big hearts. It is a tough experience for them just as it is for us. They can't sleep at night, just like us. They have small children and families and they are bound by orders that they need to fulfill. Thanks to that, our border is well protected and we need to thank them for that. Yesterday, I accompanied soldiers on their patrol and I was wondering how to find the middle ground between helping the people in need, the women and children, and the safety of the border. I think protecting the border is not at odds with a humanitarian approach to those in need. I think those who are already in Poland should receive support. They should be able to apply for asylum and they should be treated with dignity. They are people and we sometimes treat animals better than them. We are deeply sad. What would you do, having in mind the fact that there are several thousand people alongside our borders and the political aspect of this situation? We wanted to launch a humanitarian corridor. German cities' representatives were coming here and they wanted to launch this corridor to let all those people in, verify them and send back those who do not meet our criteria. The rest of them could be placed in refugee centers. I'm receiving phone calls from all over Poland and Germany. People are willing to accept families into their homes. It's the European Union's border. It is the border of NATO. This border should not be crossed illegally. There is a legal procedure that should be imposed, and Lukashenko's regime is behind that inflow of immigrants, and perhaps the corridor could open the door for an even greater migration pressure. In this situation, I think we should talk, even to a person like Alexander Lukashenko or Vladimir Putin. I think a conversation is an opportunity to come up with ideas and solutions. I think we should cooperate. We should prove that we are not alone and that the whole European Union supports us. I think that would change the reaction on the part of President Lukashenko and Putin. President Lukashenko is luring these people. He provided them with visas enabling them to enter Belarus. It was supposed to be their final destination. The question is, who is responsible for solving this situation? Yesterday we talked to a commissioner. I'm not sure if you remember the pushbacks in Spain. The Spanish government agreed to that because the migrants were coming to Morocco where they were able to legally file for asylum. That's why Spain was pushing them back. Perhaps that's a solution for us. We have embassies, we have organizations in Belarus. Perhaps they should verify the migrants so they don't have to be stranded at the border. They could stay near an embassy or a place where they could file for asylum. That is in fact possible because Polish diplomatic posts in Belarus are functioning. This procedure should look like this. They should be able to apply for asylum there due to threats in their countries of origin. For a lot of them, Belarus is not safe as well. Poland, Germany, France and other countries are. Unfortunately, it does not work that way. Because there is no dialogue. Who talked to Lukashenko to solve this issue? That's why I'm stressing this. We have certain solutions in mind. We want to put camping vans near the border so they don't have to walk 20 kilometers to Michałów and receive first aid over there. Our fire brigades are helping the migrants too. For instance, the fire department in Jałówka. They are delivering clothes and food, providing first aid too, but they need to inform Polish services as well. To sum this conversation up, we are trying to protect the border, but once someone gets across, we should not push back, but provide support for them, offer them asylum, but we should tell the people on the other side not to try cross illegally and use legal procedures. Instead, every attempt to force into this country will be met with response. Did they understand this right? Yes, of course, that's precisely what I said. We need to offer help and verify those who manage to cross the border and launch proper procedures, but the border should not be crossed illegally.